What's good, beautiful people? Just wanted to come in and just give a quick word, man, cause I know times is really crazy right now. Like shit is definitely hectic, and I've been wanting to say something about it for a while. And I've myself been trying to find my place in all of it, and things seem like they're just moving so fast. Like 2020 this year. Luckily enough, like prior, I did a lot of groundwork in myself. I feel like I'm prepared for these situations, and I relieve myself of a lot of fear, probably in 2019. Like 2019 probably was the roughest year I had in my life. So, you know, 2018, I'll say 2018, 2019, like those 2 years were extremely hectic. So I got to places that year that I told myself I would never allow myself to get there again. And I think a lot of people need to really evaluate themselves when they do get at places like that and really see that pain and feel that pain and, really put a purpose to it. Don't just feel it just so you can, continue on to do the things that allowed you to feel it in the first place. You don't want to go back to that, which leads me to my main point in focusing on yourself. I know right now it's hard to figure out what the fuck to focus on. There's so much shit going on, man. Like I know, first it seemed like we just had Corona, and now we got all of this shit going on with the George Floyd situation, protesting, rioting, looting, etc. And now niggas, and then it seemed like jobs and shit opening back up in the midst of all of it, and it's like we got to go back to work, and people getting stressed out about that. So I understand there's a lot going on, but you got to step back for a minute and really just analyze and see what's going on. Just breathe. You don't have any pressure to do anything. And I think that's the main thing people need to understand. Don't live with fear and feeling like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't pay the bills. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I keep going outside and I may catch Corona. Moving with fear will never ever be the move. Period. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being cautious and being aware, but moving with fear as if you're scared to do something or not do something, because of the action or because of the effect, you shouldn't move like that. You need to focus on yourself. I feel like that's the main thing to do right now. And I'm not saying this as in I got all the answers. You'll hear what I'm saying and you'll try it out. And if it worked for you, it works. At the end of the day, it seems like when you go back to yourself, that's the main thing that always gets people through hard times. Focus on yourself. I always have a saying, you have to become nothing to see that you are everything. And that's what happened to me. I had a complete ego death at one point. And all of this ego was gone, pride and etc. All this, everything that encompasses the ego was eliminated at one point. So I had to rebuild myself, and I can say through that process, it was a lot easier for me to become a new person. Because a lot of people, they come to me and they say, "Bro, you used to be like this, and now you just a completely like. How did you make such a crazy change?" And I realized I had to kill that ego that I had that previously. And you really have to really look at yourself and see everything that's there. What is inside of you that's happening internally that you want to be there and that you don't want to be there, and then take out the unnecessary parts. It can be very simple, but if you're taking everything so serious and you have so much pride built up and you're not hearing anything that anybody is telling you, or even yourself, some people don't even listen to themselves and about the things that they have going on. Don't just hear things and brush it off. The universe had people tell you that for a reason. There's things you're supposed to look at. That's why I never shoo anybody away who feels like they need to correct me or, just give me a piece of advice, whether it's in a negative way or a positive way. At the end of the day, it was presented to me for a reason. And pick apart what you want to do with that reason and then create direction out of it. Know what you want. Don't be indecisive, because that I promise you that will bring a lot of fear when you don't know what you want. Stop going to other people and asking them what to do, and you have all the answers inside of you. Yes, it's nothing wrong with going to a collective and getting feedback from them so you can have a broad understanding of how to go about things. But you need to look inside yourself, because you, at the end of the day, this is who you're coming back to. You're coming back to yourself. And I feel like we really need to step back and eliminate a lot of these titles. Don't associate with anything first. Then you can see what to associate with. It's really that simple. Don't feel like just because you're black, you got to be out there protesting. And don't feel like just because you're white, you got to be out there protesting or not protesting, etc. You don't have to do shit. You can literally sit back and chill. And people, and that's my main thing. I know it's a lot of collective energy feeling like, being forced upon you that you have to talk about certain things. You have to go look at certain things and watch these videos. You don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to go on Twitter and look at all the shit that's going on. You don't. You can tune all of it out. There's no obligation to do it, because understand that the world is going to move. The wave is going to come regardless. And you need to prepare yourself for it. And preparing yourself for it is not sitting there drilling all of these videos and all of these, articles and shit into your head. But a lot of this shit is prior knowledge to me. I already done been down the rabbit hole, and I told a lot of people that prior, like, this shit, all this shit that's going on to me is not new. It's really not. And that's not even to sound like, I got this shit in the bag or nothing like that. But like anybody who knows me, I talk about this shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Shit that people think is conspiracy theories, and how, Satanists and shit is running rampant across the world, and elites controlling everything, and we getting programmed, etc. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that guy in my friendship. People come to me like I'm saying shit along that lines. And I'm blessed enough to have a collective conscience around me who uplifts that and does the same. You know what I mean? But I still have my uniqueness in that. So if you're new to this, I know it may seem overwhelming, finding out that shit is just not what it seems. And it's not. And it never has been. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that we kind of ignore sometimes, and we try to, push it aside, but we know things are not what it seems. And you need to confront things face on. Look at the world for what it is. Step outside yourself. This is just a skin. This is just a body. You are energy first. You are in this body. You are not the body. So step outside of it for a second. Really analyze yourself. And you can do that collectively, but start with yourself first. Step outside yourself. See what you're doing and how it's contributing to the pain and suffering that you have going on in your life. All the pain and suffering that's happening in your life, see how it's contributing, how you are contributing to it. Because a lot of us, I'm telling you, 70%, 80, if not 90, honestly, of the shit that we have going on, the shit that we like and dislike about people, is internally what we have going on. If we feel like our external is trash, and the world is ending and there's a bunch of nonsense going on, it's because internally there's a bunch of nonsense going on. Internally you have some trash you need to get out. Internally you have things that you dislike about yourself, so you unknowingly reflect that onto other people, which is very dangerous. It's very dangerous, which is why you need to know who you are, and know who you're dealing with, and know who's around you. So a lot of us have people around us that are doing things, or that are a part of things that we want to energetically be a part of, and we purposely don't go to these people due to weak feelings like envy, jealousy, insecurities, things like that. We don't surround ourselves with the people that we know we should be around, and we know that's going to uplift us and hold us to a high regard. But we'll rather hang around the toxic entities that keep us on a low vibration. You're going to have to fall back on that. You're going to have to cut some things off. It's just that it's no love lost. Just look at shit for what it is. Certain people you don't need to be around all the time. There's certain things you don't need to be indulging in all the time. There's certain things you don't need to watch all the time. Relieve yourself of certain energies, and a lot of us, we know what those energies are, and we know how they're affecting us, and we still allow them to be in our field. Look at what you got going around. Look at the people. Look at your circle around you. Are they in the mix out there rioting and looting? Are they in the mix getting, fucked up by police and shit like that? Are they catching corona and, by the masses? Is people dying? Is that your immediate reality? And if it's not, I think you need to evaluate more at what you're emotionally putting your energy to, because emotion is energy in motion. That's exactly what it is. Because a lot of the stuff that we are emotionally getting upset about is not a part of our immediate reality. And that's why it's so easy to control us through fear and media, because naturally we are empathetic beings. We care about each other, so we see certain things and it hurts. But don't let them guide your anger to where they want it to go. Guide it to where you want it to go. Don't do things and then look back and be like, damn, I probably shouldn't have did that. I let whatever get the best of me. Anybody who has been in a situation like that knows that that feeling is terrible. It sucks to do certain things and regret doing it. So I think it's very important to just really look into yourself and work on yourself. The best thing you could do for the collective is to grow individually. That's the best thing you could do for your collective. If you get sustainable, the people around you get sustainable. They look at you as an example to get sustainable. We all know who the fuck uplifts us and who keeps us down. We know. We all know. So stop hanging around people who don't uplift you. It's that simple. Main point that I really want people to get is that you don't have to associate with anything. You don't have to be a part of anything. The only thing you have to do is worry about yourself and work on your individual self. Cleanse your energy, cleanse your body, get sustainable, find out how to get some wealth. You know, if by any means, if you need to stop working for people, stop working for people. Get your own shit. I always recommend that. You know what I mean? When my job called me and asked me to come back to work, it just had me thinking, why did I even consider it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm really thinking, like, why did I even consider it? And it was because of a hint of fear. It was a hint of fear there that I'm not going to be able to be as successful as I want to be with the things that I got going on. It was the fear that I'm not going to be able to pay my bills for real if I don't go back to work with a job that's secure. It's fear, and a lot of people are moving with that fear, and they're getting stuck into situations that you don't want to be in. There's no other reason you would be going to a job that you hate. It's fear. It's overwhelming you. It's fear that you're not going to be able to do or provide or, you know, be able to indulge in the things that you've been indulging in. But at the end of the day, you can still obtain that on your own. You don't need to work under anybody. You don't have to. There's so many ways out here to make money, and even more ways are popping up now due to, you know, this system just crumbling. It's all going to crumble anyway. It's all going to dissolve. We all got a taste of what it looks like to not be forced into a system that's making everybody workers and robots. We got a taste of what it looked like. So I'm telling you, a wave is coming, and all of this shit is gonna flip. The knowledge, all of this satanic shit, all of these, you know, demons running rampant, all of that shit is out there. The wave is coming. There's no point of ignoring anything. We know these celebrities are capped. We know the fucking government is capped. Elites is running shit. The veil is being ripped up. So you need to rip the veil off of yourself. A lot of faking it, a lot of ignoring shit and sweeping shit under the rug, well, it's not going to work anymore because things are coming to the forefront. Everything is so in your face right there. Get some crystals, go hit up some Reiki healers, go talk to the people you know that spit some good word, you know what I'm saying? Or get your energy right, you know what I mean? Whatever you need to do and work within yourself and your immediate surroundings, do that. You don't have to be posting about anything. You don't have to be talking about anything. You don't have to be debating anybody about anything. And I even got caught up in some of that nonsense. You don't even need to do it. I'm not going to tell you what's necessary because I feel like everything has its place. And you got to understand that holding space is an action in itself. So you can still hold space and do whatever you do over there and still help the collective. You don't have to be out there in the forefront in everybody's face debating and yelling with people. You don't have to do that. Don't be selfish, but focus on yourself. You are everything. You don't put yourself into a box. These boxes are dissolving every single day. Oh, I'm this. That crumbles. Oh, I'm that. It crumbles. New shit is just coming. The wave is just coming. So don't even put yourself in a box. You are everything. You have to realize that you have to become nothing first and then realize that you are everything. Pay attention. Just pay more attention. Stop living life, you know, in such a fast motion. There's nothing wrong with getting things done diligently and on time, but stop just rushing here first in the thing and just reacting. Just constant action, reaction, action, reaction, action, reaction. It doesn't need to be that way. You don't need to react to everything. You don't need to respond to everything. Just sit back, observe, think about what you're going to say, think about what you're going to do next. Think long term. Stop thinking short term. A lot of us just thinking what we're going to do short term to this immediate thing that just popped off. Think about long term. Think about when all of this shit dissolves, what the world is going to look like after that. Is it even going to be a point in having a job? think about shit like that. Or is it even going to be necessary for me to even be doing certain things on social media at a certain point? If you think it long term, I'm telling you, you'll eliminate a lot of unnecessary movements. A lot of unnecessary movements. Just open up your awareness. And it's happening either way. You know what I'm saying? It was going to happen whether I made this video and you watched it or not, to be honest. You know, this may be the thing for some people, it may not. Either way, it was the thing for me to put it out. I may or may not have said the right things. There is no right thing, there is no wrong thing. Everything has its necessary space in the universe. So anybody who can take anything from this video, take it and use it. If nothing hit, if it wasn't hitting on nothing for you, then it is what it is. It wasn't supposed to. It just simply wasn't supposed to be. Stop stressing yourself out about stuff that wasn't supposed to happen. Stop feeling like you wasted time. There is no wasted time. You did things. And I just want to reiterate one last time. You don't have to do anything. I think I said it enough. You don't have to do anything. Focus on yourself. You are loved. You are wanted. And there's one person that needs to know that. It's you. If it's one person that needs to know anything, it's you. You need to know that you are loved. You need to know that you are wanted. You need to know that you are here in this space, elevating. You need to know that you have a purpose. Nobody else is going to tell you that. Nobody else is going to give you that. You need to give it to yourself. And once you give yourself purpose, you'll find purpose. It's that simple. Once again, peace, love, wholeness, family. I hope you guys could take something from this message. Love y'all. Out.